Thank you, Professor Khare, for chairing the session. Uh, Let me also put on record my gratitude to the organizers, particularly DG Senjos and Dr. Manojit Das, uh, for giving me an opportunity not to speak but to be in the session over the past 2 days. Last day, yesterday also, I was there in two sessions. Today also, we are someone, I would say we are civilian academics, and we do have some kind of image that naval officers or army officers, they are there on the ground, but the kind of reading and effort they have put in presenting, making us understand what is there, analyzing the events. I mean, I am personally, and all of us who are coming from the same genre, I think we are greatly, benefited by this knowledge sharing from all the army officers. So, before I start, I like to put my pranam and namaskar to all the army officers and those who have been. This is some kind of a real academic presentation. So thank you, and particularly my co-panelists today. My discussion today, this afternoon, is about the role of the coastal states in India regarding, promoting and preserving and strengthening maritime culture. Because the seminar is on maritime culture, continuity and change. So, over the past 2 days, we are discussing about the technological innovations, the modernization efforts, all those stuffs. But, so what are these elements? These are the elements of change that we are witnessing in our maritime domain. But where is the continuity? The continuity is that in our history, there is, we were, before independence, there were a lot of princely states. And these princely states all had, the coastal princely states all had robust shipping and port infrastructure, indigenous. They were not, given these modern technological equipments, but indigenous. They on their own, these princely coastal states, they had their own shipping equipments and shipbuilding efforts and port infrastructure. But now, over the years, if we see that in the post-independence period, there are, the major ports of our country in the west coast and in the east coast, they actually run through some of the very important coastal states and union territories. What is the role? To what extent they are synchronized? Are the state governments really, on ground made stakeholders? So these are some of the issues that I thought that I should flag up in this platform, because there are these officers are present, so they could also think on this. When I was and also importantly, I would also, because St. Joe's publish journals and books, so I would also request that there is no literature, no work. If you search Google, if you go through the library, role of coastal states in maritime, in strengthening maritime, infrastructure in post-independent India, all we get is how the Ministry of Port and Shipping are taking some of the initiative programs and trying to modernize. It's all about the top down center, what the center is doing, but what the states are doing, how, to what extent states are really collaborating. In my state, West Bengal, we have two important ports, one in Holdia, one in Garden Reach area, Khidirpur area. So these two ports, whenever I visit, I come across that there are all these central government officers, all the central government, personals, they are very much there to attend us. But when we talk to the state government authorities, they say that it's a center subject, let them manage. So what I think that when my previous speaker was talking that we are doing so much of collaborative effort on sea, at high sea, with various countries of the world. So in order to create a maritime awareness and maritime culture in the state governments, irrespective of political parties. Here I would like to state that if we see that the major ports that are there, 6 in the west coast and 6 ports are in the east coastal line. And if we go to the latest this doctrine, maritime doctrine of 2030, Vision 2030 and 2047, these are all about some of the ports in Orissa, Paradip, Dindayal also is there, Badhar one is there. So all these ports, they are located in Gujarat, Orissa, in the south. So what I am trying to place here is that there are some kind of politics and political interference taking place, which I think is detrimental, because maritime issue is our national issue. Maritime security is part of our national security. So a state, if the state government, state infrastructure, state intelligence department is not playing collaborative role with the central government, that is also a big area of concern according to me. And I would like to state that this port infrastructure building also leads to road connectivity, port-led industrialization. But if you approach Haldia port by road, if you approach Khidirpur Garden Reach port, because I have experience of that area, the road connectivity is very poor. You feel the road connectivity is poor. Gradually it is going up, but industrialization, port-led industries in the vicinity of the port, how many people of the state are getting jobs in there, in the ancillary industries and port-led industries. So these kind of industrialization effort which are there on the paper in the vision document, I think if we go there in the ground, I think in some of the states, particularly, I have the experience of West Bengal, I could say that this is not being, implemented well. And this implementation, according to me, going by the all India experience, I could say this is not that the intention of the central government is not there. They are putting a lot of money, they are allocating budget, but I think that there are some kind of a problem of collaboration with the state government and state government department, state government. So this kind of collaboration, not outside in the sea, with the, through the Sagarmala project and Sagar, Mahasagar, we all are focusing on how collaborative we are at the sea with international partners, but how we are making the state governments also an important stakeholder. This feeling in the local people in the port region, in the states, are they, having this awareness that we are also an important stakeholder to the port, management, and to keep in order the port infrastructure. So I think this is one of the area where more research work and more focus should be there. Smart ports is one of the important idea, and this is, digitization is one of the key component of this creating smart ports. But again, you see, West Bengal is coming up in high ranking in e-governance. Government of India is certifying West Bengal government that you have done great job in e-governance, in digital governance. But while smart port building is concerned, where there is digital presence is required, you visit these two ports in West Bengal, you see that they are not yet smart ports, in the sense that the smart ports not only require central government assistance in digitization, but collaborative assistance, digital assistance from the state government. There is a lacuna. And there is this idea of ensuring secure seas and ensuring port states. I think this idea of ensuring securing seas, this is very good, but the new idea should come up like ensuring and securing the states. The internal law and order problem in the coastal states should also be taken into account, because these are also very vital for the security infrastructure of the ports which are located there. So, my focus is that there should be a holistic, kind of a string that I want to see, or people on the ground, naval officers like you all, you must all look at these ports as a continuity. Not that some of the ports which are very busy having cargo vessels, you should have focus on those ports. But even those ports which are major and non-major ports, all the ports should be seen in a continuity. And there should be all the state governments, the local government, because we are talking about maritime culture. So what is our culture? Our culture is about decentralization. Our culture is of collaboration. Our culture is of plurality. So everyone should be involved, this accommodativeness. So what I am trying to say that some of these ideas of our cultural ideas, our civilizational visions, these are there on paper in the document, but in the ground, in implementing them in particular coastal areas where we have different government from that political party in the center. So those states should not be felt that they are left out. So what I am saying is that not on paper but on ground there must be specific officers who should look at this liaison, is at this this complementary role of the state government and the local government, even the municipalities in which the port is located. Not only the state government, the municipalities, the local government in which the Haldia port, they have this local government. These municipalities they are in this Khidirpur area. So I think local government, urban and rural local government should also be taken into account. And my last point would be that I would say is that I think there is a lot of change happening which is for the good, for the Indian Navy, for our country, for the maritime domain, maritime culture, but the continuity aspect should also be there. We should try to bring back the infrastructure facilities of the princely coastal states that were there to the present era. That we should not see that it is the responsibility of the center. It is the responsibility of all our citizens, including those at the ground, local level government, state level government, and all the officers. So I wish that this St. Joe's should take up this issue in further seminar and workshops, and new issues should come up. Not only that, what is happening, but what more can we do in order to strengthen our naval infrastructure and our maritime culture. With this submission, I end. Thank you.